Hi there, my name's Tom, and today I'd like to talk to you about the whole autism discussion that's happening right now, and I'll try to keep the politics out of it. My camera is slightly crooked, sorry. Because I think an important issue is being ignored just in the autism discussion itself, without discussing everything else that is related, that caused this discussion in the first place. So to help illustrate my point, I've brought our friend PTSD Rabbit out. And if you've seen him before, and you've seen me use him as a device to teach, then you already know that he wears a pair of masks. The first is the happy mask. Behind the happy mask is the angry mask. But underneath, he's just hurt. Something is wrong. Masking happens in a lot of other things besides PTSD. And this is why we need to have this talk. A lot of people have been saying that, we didn't have this issue with autism before. Something is wrong, and we really need to be talking about it. And I agree, something's wrong and we need to be talking about it, but I can assure you, it's been there. We have DV laws across the entire country because we as a society, for the most part, recognize DV as a bad thing. However, there are 48 states that protect DV when it's applied to children and called discipline. But the reality is, that is the normalization of family dysfunction. And that's why you didn't see so much of this autism in the past. As a real life example, I'm good at math. But as a very young child, I just knew the answers. I didn't understand what the teacher was doing. I didn't know the importance of showing my work. And my brain just refused to accept that all of this other stuff was necessary or even made sense. Because turns out I'm on the spectrum. They didn't recognize that. The teacher had a talk with my mom, and they decided that it was a matter of I'm being lazy. And so through punishments, including DV, I had to learn how to mask as a normal, not normal, that's not the correct word, as a neurotypical person. This is considered an acceptable solution in my very dysfunctional family growing up because my dysfunctional family had its mask, like a mask for the whole family that had to be kept up. Because my parents were both alcoholics. I'm pretty sure my father had a trauma disorder, and he later became an opioid addict. But they were always very high functioning and very well respected members of the community because they were very good at masking. And like all dysfunctional parents, they used violence to teach their kids to wear the family mask. And that also happens with autism. And you have to wear the happy mask as the child in the dysfunctional family at all times. And you have to demonstrate that you are a perfectly functional person in a perfectly normal family, and there's nothing more to see here. Autism has always existed. I'm using that as a blanket term because it is a spectrum. And some of us are in different places of it. It has always existed. It's always been there. And oftentimes, people just beat up and bullied their children into wearing the mask of a neurotypical person and called it discipline. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and have a great day.